inside, not a lot of room. He's in the wall. Bobby is sliding, slamming into the wall. He's airborne.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
Ricky! Cool!
Peaches cream.
21 seconds of logo. Also, Sony. Is it though? Is it really? This idiot Reese cares more about how fast his car is going instead of paying attention to the fact that he has a pregnant girlfriend in the back seat that's going to give birth at any moment. And then he blows right by the hospital like it's an abandoned gas station or something. Can't this guy wait till after his kid is delivered before trying to satisfy his ridiculous car boner? Baby Ricky survives this bullshit. Also, that kid is officially up in the head now. Get ready to be put on child support, genius. Foreshadowing.
Bobby, Ricky, is your father here?
No, ma'am. I haven't seen my daddy in years.
Deadbeat dads.
Because it's the fastest who gets paid, and it's the fastest who gets laid.
Not a single regular adult on planet Earth will ever think this is appropriate to say to a group of elementary schoolers. But of course this movie gets away with it because parody movies got a parody, so all gloves are off.
Always remember, if you ain't first, you're last.
And it's these words alone that later motivates Ricky to win multiple races in the NASCAR Cup Series with absolutely no regard for his team, fellow drivers, or a championship title. In other words, Ricky Bobby is the next Denny Hamlin. In case you confused it with Daytona International Speedway a whole century later, which is understandable considering that Talladega is literally just an enlarged Daytona. Movies like this really love to make fun of fat people by showing them always eating something, don't they?
Now, is there anyone out there who wants to go fast?
I want to go fast.
Then get him a suit.
Would something like this even be illegal under real-life NASCAR regulations? Like, I get that teams sometimes have a reserve driver in the event that the main driver is unable to finish the race, but there's no way they'd allow a regular old crew member to get behind the wheel, especially if said crew member has absolutely zero experience at driving at 200 miles per hour in a circle with 42 other cars around him.
Remember that time we got kicked out of biology for playing with Matchbox cars? Who's retarded now?
You two, obviously.
What are you doing after this?
I don't know, but it feels like we're wasting a lot of time.
I wonder why. Maybe it has to do with the fact that there is an actual race going on with millions of dollars at stake and you and Cal are just sitting in pit lane chatting up a storm like it's Saturday night at the local strip mall.
With all due respect, Lucius, I'm gonna do some driving.
Things that most teenagers say when they get their license for the first time somehow makes it into the script. One thing that would never not get on my nerves about this movie and pretty much every racing movie in existence is that they always show the driver constantly upshifting and downshifting in places where it's not necessary. Like you're literally just trying to mess up your gearbox, aren't you? The driver of this number 10 car survives this, especially in an era where the Hans device did not exist for another 10 years.
What'd you say his name was again?
His name is Ricky. Ricky Bobby.
Roll credits.
Ricky Bobby? He's got two first names.
This logic literally applies to well over half of the world's population, Dennis Jr. Get your head out the gutter, you damn millennial. Obvious CGI is obvious. Hotshot Ricky experiences a rapid rise to fame shortly before going to an event that forces him into humbleness cliche.
Please be 18.
Perverts in a nutshell be like,
I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't chew Big Red, then you.
Movie says we're now at Texas Motor Speedway, then proceeds to show Talladega Super Speedway once again because everyone loves Discount Daytona.
Dr. Jr. is letting Ricky Bobby draft up to him to make that slingshot move past McMurray. Can you believe that he would do that for his teammates?
Hate to break it to you, Daryl, but this has happened quite a few times throughout NASCAR's history. You should know since you and your brother are literally ex-NASCAR drivers. Also, this is not how a slingshot works. You don't plant your bumper right up against the bump of the car in front of you and expect to gain an additional 10 miles an hour. You're literally just bump drafting at this point.
Ricky, early word out of NASCAR is your little obscene gesture is going to cost you 100 points. Do you know how much that cost us in sponsorship dollars?
You mean you can actually lose points in the championship standings just by flipping another driver off? Man, someone should have said that to Dale Earnhardt Sr.
So, I was talking to Nana on Saturday, and her birthday's coming up, but I don't know what to get her. She's gonna be 88.
Get her a coffin.
Look, I get that this Jean Girard guy quit F1 and joined NASCAR just so he could best Ricky and show him how big a schlong is, but come on, let's be realistic about this for a moment. Why would a driver in the world's greatest motorsport join a league with much slower cars that can only turn left? And you better not mention Kimi Räikkönen, because that was only a one-time thing up until 2022.
Frenchie, I thought about it. So why don't you go ahead and break my arm?
I do not want to break your arm, Monsieur Bobby, but I am a man of my word.
Break it, Pepe Le Pew!
That's racist. This is one of the biggest reasons why I cannot stand those with a massive ego. Ricky gets offered an easy way out of this situation, but he's too stubborn to put his American pride to the side for one moment, which leads to his arm getting broken, which leads to him not being able to drive properly, which leads to him crashing out at Charlotte Motor Speedway later on in the movie. All he had to do was just say that he liked really thin pancakes. How hard is that to do, my guy?
This is my husband, Gregory.
Did he just say husband? Sweet Lord.
Why is everyone at this bar so shocked at the sight of a same-sex couple? I mean, this is the South after all.
Room's starting to spin real fast because of gayness.
It's homosexuality, Ricky. The term you're looking for is homosexuality. God, Americans are so stupid.
Shake and bake.
What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
If I had $1 every time this phrase was coined throughout the movie, I'd be rich enough to buy out Rick Rare Racing.
Really? Yes. I want to know. That's news to me.
Tomorrow you're going to be in trouble.
I'm going to rip you into
This shakes and bakes on for some time. Also, Ricky and John are so close together in this scene that you think they'll start kissing. Wait a minute. This is by far the dumbest and most dangerous way to display sponsorship in a car. Why would you ever place a sticker this big on the front windshield of all places? Not only does it almost completely obscure your line of sight, it shows how desperate you are for a quick buck. And that is completely pathetic for someone that already has millions upon millions in the bank. Kyle Busch. Vehicle craps out when a character needs it most, cliche. The right side of Ricky's car is completely unscathed after being smacked against the wall multiple times. Did they put C4 underneath this car before they started filming? Also, a very small explosion somehow generates enough force to launch a 3,000-pound race car in 20 feet in the air like it's made out of paper mache. Also, Ricky survives this. Just when you thought Dumb couldn't get any dumber, here comes Dumb 2.0 to the rescue.
How fast is he going?
26 miles an hour.
What a coincidence.
Ricky, you and I, we both know that this marriage has been over for a long, long time.
Then what reason did you have to keep sleeping under the same roof as him, other than his cash? John Cena called and he wants his signature move back, just so you know. Ricky rides his bike on the road in order to deliver this pizza despite there being an empty sidewalk that he could have used.
Look, son, I know you don't want me to be.
Yeah, no Reese. You got your girlfriend pregnant when you were in high school and then you disappear without a trace, leaving your son to wonder where his daddy was for all these years. How else do you think he's gonna react? Also, if you really were 17 when you had your son, like you claimed you was back at the motel, why do you look like you're already in your mid-30s? You mean to tell me that Columbia Pictures couldn't hire an actual teenage actor to make this scene somewhat more believable?
Now shave your balls, you dusty old fart!
Kids.
No sudden moves.
Character gets told not to do a certain thing, only to end up doing that exact thing, cliche.
Sorry, Granny, but you're shit out of luck. We make the rules, not you. Hey! Ow!
Yeah, you thought you could smack talk old grandma, didn't you? Little snot-nosed runts. Once enough because this scene exists. Either these cops have tunnel vision or they legit do not care about their jobs, because otherwise they would have noticed these tire tracks that Ricky laid down just before veering off into the forest, therefore giving them a direct path to his location.
We just have so much to be thankful for. First off, my sons no longer act like retarded gangbangers.
If only the same could be said about today's generation of black rappers, the whole world would be one step closer to being a happier place.
Well, I think you did mean to, and I also think that you meant to put the damn onions on my steak.
Being rude to the people that handle your food. Yeah, you don't want to do that
Can't we resolve this conflict without anger?
Things that Jeremy Scott's imaginary college ex-girlfriend tells him every night shortly before he starts jerking off somehow makes it into the script. Also, Jeremy Scott. This random hookup scene between Ricky and Susan feels so shoehorned and out of left field that it makes Twilight look like a decent love story, because there's literally been next to no interaction between these two up until this moment. If there's one thing that you cannot force in a movie and expect to work out successfully, it's romance. Take a look at Harry and Ginny, for example.
Thongs for men? Yeah. Come on, what kind of dude wears a thong?
Yeah, that's messed up. Perverts, you know?
Hypocrisy. Also, not a single person in the background notices this.
Holding hands with a man makes me terribly uncomfortable.
It is a sign of friendship in many countries.
Through childhood, yes. Adulthood, no.
I came here to tell you one thing. All right? Tomorrow, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, there's definitely no way that line could ever be taken out of context, right? Right?
Do you know why I came to America, Ricky Bobby? I came here for you to beat me.
That's a bit hilarious considering earlier on in the movie you said,
Ricky Bobby, I have come here to defeat you.
And I expect us to sympathize with you just because you give a few words of motivation? I haven't seen an antagonist this bipolar since Lady Hellbender.
So you gonna lose to me on purpose?
No.
No?
No!
No. Also, this face.
Ricky, this car is like your Excalibur, the mighty sword that King Arthur used to bring together the Knights of the Round Table until Lancelot betrayed him by laying with his queen. In the biblical sense.
Pegland, everything cool that Susan said, you wrecked it.
Movie decides it has enough runtime for one more dig at the nerd of the group because we all hate a smart aleck.
We had a Styx cover band
right.
and a nacho fountain. Check, with a nacho fountain with 6 kinds of cheese on it.
Liquid cheese, like it cascaded down?
Yeah!
Are you serious?
Oh, amazing. 6 different kinds.
Skip! Holy the camera movement in this scene is awesome, and while the special effects themselves may not be as fluid or as stylish as the stuff that you see nowadays, I will take this over literally any form of CGI used by Marvel. Protagonist starts at the rear of the field before slowly making his way towards the front in a racing movie cliche. Also, this guy is a hack. Just an absolute hack.
Thank you, Sean. I'm here with one of the greatest country music stars of all time, Kenny Rogers.
John, that's not Kenny Rogers.
Folks, I'm here with one of the great NBA superstars, a real legend, Larry Bird.
Come on, John, pay attention.
Is this Adam McKay's way of saying the NASCAR and Fox production crew is nothing but a massive joke? Because so far he's hitting it down on the money.
Mister, these tickets have been waiting for you for a long time.
I got tickets. Tickets right here, $60 a pop.
Deadbeats get a deadbeat.
Bobby working really hard to pass the Wonder Break car. That's his old ride, of course.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Tell Cal Naughton to take Ricky Bobby out. Tell him if he doesn't do it, he's done. That's right, we'll be driving a tour bus. Tell Brian Wavecrest to take out Cal Naughton right now.
Does this clown not know NASCAR has scanners that can pick up radio chatter anywhere on the track? So who's to say that a NASCAR official isn't listening in on this conversation right now? Plus, I'm pretty sure this qualifies as trying to manipulate the race outcome, and you saw how hilariously that fell for Michael Waltrip Racing in 2013, as well as Mercedes in 2021. This guy is literally jeopardizing the reputation of his father's team all for the sake of a championship trophy, something that he will never ever get to see in life. I swear, Denner Jr. is as much of a dirty player as the McCains and Grid Legends, only 10 times more unlikable. Wayne's World Talladega Nights to bring you the opening race scene from Cars 1.
By the way, Ricky, I watched the Highlander movie. It was
Finally, someone says it. Also, Jean Girard will be critically acclaimed at CinemaSins. Both Ricky and Jean survive. Oh my king, it's a movie. Slow motion running montage. Of course.
I will never shake your hand. Ever. But I will give you this.
50 Shades of Gay.
Sir, you taste of America.
If by America you mean stale potato chips and beer, then yeah, I guess you're correct. Why the f is Carly still in this movie? We already know that she doesn't actually love Ricky or Cal and is only sleeping with them because of how deep their pockets are. She literally adds nothing to the film other than being a narcissistic, manipulative gold digger that leeches off other people for a living. Get her off screen already.
Hey, Ricky, let me ask you a question. Who'd you win that race for?
Well, sure as hell didn't win it for you.
Ricky states out loud the one thing that just about everyone in theaters first thought when they first saw this scene.
Hey, I'm Ricky Bobby.
And I'm Cal Naughton Jr.
And scene.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake, Cal! Shake and bake! Shake and then bake! Shake and bake! Shake and bake!
Shake and bake.
Are you ready for a little shake and bakeage?
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Shake and bake. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake!
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake is dead. And it's shake and bake time.
Shake and bake, buddy!
Shake and bake.
Sure you want to do this?
5.
A lot has changed.